Flosstube friends, it's Lacey the Sleepy Stitcher here, and I'm back for my regular Flosstube update. Today is Flosstube number 21 and it is Saturday, June 21st. So, oh, that's cool. It's the 21st and it's update number 21. So, I did just film my whip parade last week, but I've actually done quite a bit of stitching since my whip parade, so I'm really excited about that. I have 6 projects to show you guys, one of which got a whole lot of love, and I'm going to save that for last. And I am going to announce the winner of the Stitches So Beautiful pattern giveaway too. When I get to the Stitches So Beautiful projects, I'll do that. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lacey. This is my channel all about cross stitch and some of the other crafts that I get into here and there, but mostly it's about cross stitch, and I stitch mostly large full coverage pieces, but I do have a few others that aren't sprinkled in there. So thanks for coming and spending some time with me today. And for those of you that have been around for a while and you're coming back, thank you so much for your support, and thank you for your comments and letting me know what you're stitching on, and I just so much enjoy hanging out with you guys. So first I want to tell you about a new little challenge that I've been doing, and if you're on Facebook and Stitchy groups and on Instagram and you watch much Flosstube, you may have already heard about it, so I'll try to make it kind of brief. But this is a challenge hosted by Abby at Cross and Crafts, and it's a Harry Potter challenge. So she has taken all of the words and in the books and broken them up into books, chapters, and then sets of 2 pages. And you can stitch on any project you want, and you get that amount of stitches, and you can update your progress in the group or on Instagram. And if you keep up with it and you finish the entire challenge, all the books, which will take forever, but if you do, she'll send you a prize. So really it's just fun, a fun way to just challenges and meeting stitchy goals. What I'm doing is I'm taking a chapter, and most chapters are like 4,600, I think, stitches, and I'm just writing that down in my notes, and every day I'm taking however many stitches I do on all my projects, and I'm subtracting it from that total, and then once I complete the chapter, marking it off, because most days I'm stitching on 2 projects, and in the beginning I was stitching on 3, and I'll tell you why, that didn't last. But I'm going to start with something, again, a lot of people on Flosstube are doing, and it's stitching the strand a day project. So you pull out 1 strand of thread and you put it into the project, and that's it, but you do that every day. And I'm surprised at how much progress I've actually gotten just doing that. So this is the project I'm doing that with. This is Mercy and Grace by Sweet Wing Studio. And let's see, this one stitched 2/2 with DMC on Lavender Mist fabric by Fiberlicious, and I'll show you where I was the last time you saw it. Now I won't show you where any of these were in my whip parade, because I'm just gonna show you based off of my last Flosstube update. Okay, so I put in 642 stitches into this one, bringing it to 2,122 stitches, which is 66.48%, and it's looking good, isn't it? I like it. So I finished like the green at the bottom. I added all of these little white thingies at the top. I did one of the birds, I did the main cross, and then I've started on one of the others. So yeah, this one's getting a lot of love. And it doesn't take long, so that's one of the things I really love, because usually when I do like a focus piece, a piece I try to work on every single day, and then try to do my regular stitching on something else too, I get really burnt out on the focus piece. And even if I stick with it for any significant amount of time, when that time's up, I end up abandoning the project if it's like a full coverage, and I'm just sick of it, so it doesn't really end up paying off. So I have to be careful with that, but a strand a day, no problem. I'm really excited about that with that one. So the last time I did an update, I told you guys that I made a wheel because I'm not very nice to some of my projects, and I just abandon them, and I don't work on them for a long time, and that's not nice. So all my projects are on the wheel, I'm spinning it, and when a project's chosen, I'll pull it out. I might work on it for a half a day, and I might work on it for a week, whatever, as long as I touch it, and then it goes off the wheel, just so that I'm touching everything. And last time I had been working on a lot of really weird stuff. I think I had done my 40 count. Yeah, I was doing my tent stitch on 40 count, and I think a 32 count, and all these things. And I was like, I hope my wheel just spins a regular old 25 count project, 1/1 full cross, because that's been my comfort zone and that's what I want to do. And it did. So Hogwarts, this is a free pattern by Dark X Stitch. I know I tell you guys that all the time, but she has so many good free patterns on her Facebook page, and you should really go check that out. And so yeah, this one is stitched 1/1 on 25 count with CXC, and here's where it was last time you saw it. I was so happy my wheel was nice to me, because sometimes it is not. And this is where I got to. I put in 1,055 stitches, and now the total is at 13,723, and I hit the 6% mark. Yay! 6%! That's pretty good. That's exciting. I feel like I'm getting close to the castle. I don't know. If the castle, I think it shows up maybe near the bottom of this page, which actually really makes me want to pull this out and work on it a little bit, because I've been in this gray sky for what feels like forever. But yeah, I still love this project, and the closer I'm getting to like the fun stuff, the more exciting it gets. So this one got some love. Nadia from Dark X Stitch is also working on that now. And Leanne from Small Town Stitches. A lot of people are working on it, and I'm going to stop now because if I try to name everyone, I'm going to start forgetting people. So we're not going to try to do that. Okay, so the next thing I spun was a restart. This is the mini version of the Magic Grotto by Amy Stewart. And I started it on 32 count because I wanted to do tent stitch, because I have a lot of projects and I keep starting new projects, and it bothers me to not get a lot of progress on these things that I love, and I want to see them come together, and they all only get a little bit of time when I'm trying to be fair and work on everything. So it really, I'm really just trying to start doing tent stitch. And so I started it 1/1 tent on 32 count, and I didn't like the coverage, so I switched to 2/1, and I loved the coverage, but I was breaking needles and it was getting really hard in the confetti areas, so I was like, fine, I'll go back to 1/1. But I just didn't have the heart to do it, so I had to put it away. And then I spun it on my wheel, so it was time, and it happened. So this is my restart. This is where I am. This is 1/1 on 32 count. Tent stitch with CXC, and the coverage really is fine. Leanne from Small Town Stitches always laughs at me because I always like panic and I say it's not working and the coverage is terrible and it looks like nothing and all these problems are happening, and I show it on camera and I'm like, oh, it looks good, and she's like, yes, there is a 3-foot rule, pull it back 3 feet. And I know this, but I don't do it. I don't know why. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do I do this to myself? Who knows? But here is my restart. 1/1 tent stitch with CXC on 32 count. And I put in 1,100 stitches and got it to 1.5%. It being a mini and being tent, the percentage just shoots right up, and that's fun. I tried a thing. I realized that I did the math and I could finish this in exactly a year if I put in 200 stitches a day. And since those are tent stitches, that's technically only 100 stitches. And I was like, I want to finish something full coverage. That would be amazing. I'm going to make this my daily focus, 200 stitches a day. We know I can't do this. So I was doing my strand on Mercy and Grace, and then I would pull this out and do the 200, and it started to feel like a job. It made this project feel like, oh, I have to rush through these 200 stitches to check off this box so that I can stitch my regular piece for the day or whatever. And I don't want to do that because this is a beautiful piece and I don't want to hate it. I'm sure there will come a time that I'll find a fun little challenge or a reason to maybe make it a focus piece for a month, and that'll be fine. But for now, it's just not it. Especially because I have a lot going on in life. Just it being summer and both my kids being home, and then we got all of our stuff, so I've been unpacking boxes and I've been donating things, trashing things, trying to organize things. It's just not been a good time for me to have all these set plans every single day. So we put that aside. Alrighty, so next up is my Stitches So Beautiful piece. This is the piece that I'm working on for the monthly challenge, and I did tell you guys that I'm doing a giveaway for my challenge piece, which I will do. I will announce the winner right after I show you this project. This is a True Love. It's artwork by Eder Jose Rosa, and it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful, of course. And I'm stitching it for my mom. And this one is, so every week you post your progress in the group, and right now it falls on a Sunday that you would post your progress in the group. So what I've been trying to do is post my progress. You have to get at least 250 stitches a week to qualify. I try to post my progress and then pull it out, and that be my piece, Sunday piece. And I try to get all 250 stitches in on it that day. Although Sundays are a very busy day for me. But yeah, that's been the goal, is to do it then, and and then be done with it. So I did that the past 2 weeks, and this is where I was before, and this is where I am now. This one stitched 1/1 on 25 count with CXC full cross, and I put in 550 stitches over the past 2 weeks. It's at 10,950, and it is now at 7.11%, which is super exciting. Hold on one second. Okay, like I said, my kiddos are home, and one of them came in and had a question. But yeah, I got this one up to 7% this last time, which is very, very exciting. Makes me very happy. I'm enjoying this one very much, and I really feel like I'm getting close to being out of the background and getting into some of the fun stuff, so very exciting. See, I have this one and Hogwarts trying to get into the fun stuff, so that's where I have a problem, because I have so many projects I want to start, but when I'm pulling them out and all my projects are just these tiny little bits of progress, it really makes me sad, because I know I'm putting in a lot of work and I want to see the fun stuff, especially with the ones that have a ton of background and then just one focus thing in the middle. So I really do. I have to find that balance between really trying to get good progress in on the things that I've started, and then letting myself start all the new things that I'm in love with. So I will keep working on this one this month. And I did do a random comment picker for, this is the pattern. This is the June pattern giveaway for the challenge, and I'm not going to be stitching it, so I'm donating it to one of you guys, and I'm going to pop up the winner right here. So yay, congratulations. If you could just email me, my email is in the description box, and just let me know that you won, and that's super exciting. And I will send your email address over to Valerie at Stitches So Beautiful, and she will make sure that you get the chart. The charts usually don't go out right at the end of the month. It could be, you know, midway through next month, maybe not, but she will definitely get that to you. And as soon as I see what the July challenge pattern is, I mean, chances are good that I'm gonna do another giveaway with it. It could be something that just speaks to my heart, and I'm absolutely have to stitch it, and you know, then I will keep it. But I have a lot of things, and chances are good that I'm going to give it away. And even if not, I do have a couple of other things in the works lined up, some pretty full coverage giveaways coming up, hopefully one in my next video, so stay tuned and we'll see about that. Okay, I have 2 more projects left, and then we will talk a little bit about plans. My next wheel spin was Building Dreams. This is artwork by Kevin Daniel, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one is stitched for my dad, and this is a picture of it the last time you saw it, and I feel like it's been a little while since you saw it. This is one of the ones that, it's not that I don't enjoy stitching it. I enjoy stitching it. It's just, for some reason, when I'm picking and choosing myself, it's just not one of the first ones I grab. And so it had probably been, you know, not fully abandoned, but definitely neglected a little bit. So here's where it was before. Here's where I got to. This one is stitched 1/1 with CXC on 25 count full cross, and it's really close to a page finish. It's either just 1 or 2 little rows of 10 by 10 blocks, I can't remember, to the page finish. So probably the next time, I'm not even gonna say probably, the next time I spin it, I will definitely make myself just finish off the page. It got 1,181 stitches this time, bringing it to 6,536, and it's at 2.51%. So it's looking good. I think the trees are looking good. Everything's looking good on it. I don't know. I don't usually make myself pull it out for whatever reason, and I need to, so. But the wheel is good for me. The wheel is very good for me. It's really making me touch all my things and be nice to all my projects. And it even knocked out Monopoly, which is my least favorite thing to stitch on, like day 1. So got it out of the way, made me be good, and now I get to have a little fun. Okay, here is where I went a little crazy. I don't know what happened to me. Normally, it is very typical for me to pull out a full coverage and stitch until it gets 1,000-ish stitches. Like if I hit 1,000, say I stitch on it for a day or 2, and then the next day I'm stitching on it and I hit 1,000 stitches super early, I typically won't switch projects just yet. I'll just finish out that day with it, so it may get, a few hundred more or whatever. But around 1,000 is very typical for me, and then I switch. Usually I spend like 3 or 4 days on a project, and then I switch. But I don't know what happened to me, guys. My wheel spun Winter Bonfire Night. This was my birthday start. I don't know. I'm in love with it. Clearly, I chose it as my birthday start because I'm so in love with it. And then it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Like, what is wrong with me? I don't know. There's nothing wrong with me. They all deserve all the attention. That's the problem. But anyway, Winter Bonfire Night by Lars Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This was my birthday start. It's 1/1, 25 count with CXC. And I was in love and just having a wonderful little time stitching on it. And I just kept stitching on it and kept stitching on it. So here is where it was the last time you saw it. And here's where it is now. Oh, I love it. It looks so good on camera. I'm sorry, I just got really excited. It looks good in person, but it's usually like right here, and I haven't looked at it. Like, it looks good and I'm very happy. That threw me all the way off. I'm so excited now. I put in 3,006 stitches on this one. Yeah. And so now it has 6,502 stitches. I almost doubled the stitch count on it just in this one rotation because I couldn't put it down, because look at it. And it's at 1.86%. I love it so much. I'm going to pop up a picture here of it because, see, this is part of why I'm so excited to stitch on this, because I'm going to do a page and then I'm going to move over and I'm going to go across the top and look at all those colors. It's like every page I do is going to be introducing new, bright, beautiful colors, and it's just, it's going to be so fun. And this one now only has like 2 rows. This is the bottom of the page. I hit the bottom of the page. So the next time this gets called, which, could be a while, but when it gets called, I'm going to finish this page too. I did set a goal. If you didn't watch my whip parade, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, 6. I want to say 6 that are already started that I have not finished the first page on. I know that's bad. So my goal is by the end of the year to have at least the first page finished on all of those, so I don't feel so bad about the other things I want to start. But yeah, this one's getting a page finished the next time it comes out. Can you believe that? Eee! I don't want to put it down because I love it, but you guys probably don't love it as much as I do, so you're probably ready for me to put it down. And I'm putting it away today. I'm really done with it. 3,000 stitches, like, she's had her time. I'm done. I love you very much, but I have to put you away. I have to give some attention to something else. So today when I get off here, I haven't done my strand for today on Mercy and Grace, so I'll do that. I'll stitch my strand on it, and then I get to spin my wheel, which is exciting. There are 6 projects left on the wheel, and one of them is a new start, and the rest are just all things that I love. They're all things that I love and enjoy, so I'm very excited about that. As far as plans go, other than that, I'm just going to keep working through my wheel, And then I guess on July 1st, I haven't set like hard plans, but I did want to do Christmas in July, and I know I'm gonna start Sugar Plum Village. So I just picked out my fabric for that. I had been looking in my stash and recruiting the help of my wonderful stitchy friends. And I decided, and we decided that I'm stitching it on this linen right here. This is a 32 count natural linen. It was from Joann's. And yeah, this is it. So I'm gonna stitch it on this. I guess my plan is to start it on July 1st, but I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do throughout the month. Will it be my focus piece? Will I do 100 stitches a day? Will I do an hour a day? I have no idea. But it will be my Christmas in July piece, and this is the fabric I'm stitching it on. That is what I can tell you. And I'll go ahead and just say I'll start it on July 1st. So that's as far as I've gotten in plans. I feel like every time I get on here, I say this week's gonna be crazy, so I don't know how much I'm gonna stitch, but it usually is. That first week, for some reason, right after I film, is like really crazy, and then like I usually have a week of things calming down, and then I film. And this week's gonna be like that. Tomorrow, me and my 2 kids are driving down to visit with family because we just got my husband's motorcycle when we got our shipment of all of our goods, and we found all of his gear and his helmet and all the things he needs to care for it and be able to ride it. So he'll have transportation to work, and then we're gonna go down because my grandmother she's been fighting cancer for over a decade, and she just recently got some pretty bad news. It's spread, it's in her bones and just her liver, and it's like everywhere. So, you know, we wanna spend as much time as we can with her. So I'm gonna go down for a couple of days and visit with her and see my dad and just, you know, relax with the kids and just see everyone. And then we're gonna come back up. And then right after we come back up, my mom is coming to visit, which is so exciting because I was in Japan for 4 years, so she never got to come to my house then. So it's been a lot of years since my mom came to visit my house, and I got to just hang out with her. So that's super exciting, and the kids are gonna love that. So this whole week, I'm pretty much either going to be traveling or having company. So I really don't expect to be stitching a lot, but who knows, we'll see. And then the week after that, things should settle down as they usually do. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I definitely plan to see you in about 2 weeks. I do have 6 projects on my wheel, so I won't get all the way through them, but I should make a pretty big dent in the wheel. So we will see what I can get up to, and I will see you guys in about 2 weeks. Happy stitching.